Okay, I'm going to make a quick graphic using some shapes in Illustrator, and no points for working out which 60s sci-fi film it is. Right, so we're starting off with a circle, and I've made some lines, just dotted lines out of text. So I just use the type tool. Here you can see it's Myriad Pro, bold, 600 point, and I've got 4 of them, and I just had to resize them until they were right. So they can sit up there for now. First thing I want to do is I want to duplicate this circle because I'll need to make some small ones. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, and you can see how my cursor turns into this little double version. So if I just click and drag that over here, I've got 2 circles, and now I'm going to hold down Shift and pull this down to what I think is perhaps about the right sort of size. That can go about there, and hold down Alt and make that a little bit smaller. Right, now I need to change the color of this. So this shape is selected. I'm going to go up to my fill box up here and make that a little bit lighter. Maybe that one. So I want 2 of these, so I'm going to hold Alt again, pull off one on that side, put one over there. Now how am I going to do this? Squidge that in a bit. Squidge that in a bit. Yeah, that's okay. Needs to go over there a bit. Just moving these with the cursors. Okay, now then we need this to go here. So that can go about there. Alright, so this is, for a start off, this is the wrong colour. So I need to change the colour. So clicking that about 3 times, and it's selected it all. It's jumped from whatever tool I had to the type tool, and I can see over here that it's black. We know it's black because we were looking at it. I want that to be white, so just a bit of an off-white. So let's go and select that. And there we go. And then also what I want to do is edit the two end ones of these dashes. So I need to convert it from one thing into another. So if I've selected it and I can't create outlines, so let's go and use the selection tool and control click. Now I can create outlines. So what that's done is it's broke. This is a raster, not a raster, a vector image anyway, and I've just broken it up and broken it down into more of a vector by creating outlines from that text. So you can do that with any text, numbers, letters, whatever that you brought in, or even if you've loaded in some funny fonts that are shapes of whatever, animals or something like that. So these corner ones I need to change, so I'm just going to use the direct selection tool, click on one anchor point like that and just drag that over. Same here, put that over there like that. Okay, so that goes there, and this still isn't right. Let's duplicate that one. There we go, and object, where can we do that? Nope, let's just do it this way then. Oops. There we go, that's better. Put back into there. All right, so that's what I wanted to make, a spaceship front from 2001. Whatever. Anyway, so what I want to be able to do is put this into Photoshop and add some text underneath it, which is pretty easy because I can just select it all with the selection tool, click over it, drag over it like that, and select it all so you can see all the points selected. I've also got Photoshop open still, and I want to make something that looks a bit like that. So let's just make a new one, which is International Paper A3, and it's going to be RGB. Okay, so we'll go over here. Selected all of that, so let's press Command and C, or we'll go to here and we'll go to Edit and Copy, and we'll jump back into Photoshop. Paste it in. So we've got some options here in Photoshop. Paste it as a smart object, paste it as pixels, as a path, or as a shape layer. I'm going to paste it in as pixels so that we can still do whatever we want to it in the other piece of software. Press OK, and there we have it. Now what we can do with this is resize it, and we can move it around and stuff as well. Same situation as we had earlier in Illustrator. Hold down Shift, constraint from a single point, hold down Alt, zooms in like that. Okay, and then when you're happy with the size of it and the location of it, then you can press the tick. This is on its own layer over here. So we want this on a black background, so I'm going to make another layer down at the bottom right here, create new layer, and I'm going to use my paint bucket. We can see over on here I've still got yellow and black. I want it to be black and white like that. And this is my active layer, layer 2, so I'll press the paint bucket, and that's coloured that in black on top. So here we have the space BG background, and here we have the space ship. All we need to do is swap the layer order, and then we get our 2001 spaceship back. What I'd like to do now is add some type. So I'm going to use the type tool, horizontal type tool, and it's set already to Helvetica bold, and that's probably going to be too big. And we can see here we want to change the colour of it. Black on black, we're not going to be able to see it. So let's get a bit of a, let's just get white like that. So in keeping with the theme of the project brief, we were looking at stuff for a digital media festival. My digital media festival is going to be called Digital Art Future. So let's make a type layer. So you can see over here we've got type layer, layer 1, and we'll start typing. Oh, let's put that centered up here as well. There we go. So digital art / future. So it's a bit too big. Triple click on it, and then we can shrink it down. And I spelled everything correctly. There we go. And so I'm moving this around, and you can see the purple lines appear. It's trying to line things up. It's centering it for me, which is great. Let's put in the year. Let's put it underneath this time, just so it's a little bit different from that previous one. So if I press down, let's get that key, and so that's the move tool. And if I hold, and now I can move that around as I was doing. But if I hold down Alt, you can see this is similar to what we had in Illustrator. Click and pull, and I can just pull off a copy of that like that. And if I not click enough times, use the T, I can go in here and I can give it a year like that. So that's quite a good example of Helvetica being a strange font, and you can see all the letter spacing is all over the place. So let's fix this one. So remember, up here We have the character palette. Let's just put that over here. And we want to change this one, which is the kerning. So we can just click and drag. Now we want to move this 1 and 6 closer together. So we'll just put the cursor in between them two and just shuffle that over like that. Okay, so we're happy with that. Press the tick. Not too happy about how all of this one's done. So let's fix that a little bit as well. There we go. Press tick, Command and 0, and you can see the whole thing. We'll pop that back up there. And there we go.